Oh. Can't hear you, Mark.
What the fuck?
There we go. I got you. I hear you now.
And on screen. There we go.
There you go. What's going on, guys? You're choppy as shit, too.
My laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. You lagging. Just me. Wait, let me check if it's just me. Could be me. Oh, it wasn't me. There you are.
This is getting to be really weird. I might have to restart my entire computer. So, this is
he lagging. All right.
fun. Anyways, I'm Joker. Players.
What up, Cal? Only works when Mark swears. Yeah, it must be. I got a feeling this is going to go down in a minute.
Is
He's getting to a spiel. Yeah, and we're getting there. We're getting there. Great. It's the ghost. I bet it's the ghost. Mark just needs to swear again, and he'll be back. It's the ghost. And you know what's a funny thing? We were back room. He wasn't lagging all up until like the last 10 minutes. Like I was like, nah, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Nah, it was him. Apparently it was him. He had to restart. What up? What's up, Kevin? What's up, CRISPR? Exactly. Yeah. So he just restarted. I just got a message. He's restarting. Yeah, his laptop. I don't even know if I'm still live. Am I still live? Let me say something if I'm still live. No, maybe I'm not live. Oh, Weiner's here. But he can't join in. Oh, shit. It's the Steve show tonight. That's what it is. Spin off on the prison. There he is. And weird form. There he is.
Windows, thank you so very much for deciding to go ahead and flipping out the screen for there, Weiner.
It was funny because he messaged
look,
me. Like, yeah,
look.
You're live. Oh, I see it.
See? Wait a minute, gotta get there we go. Oh, there we go. Playing with my nipples. There we are.
God, all right, let's not have that here, please. Evidently, what happened was Windows decided that it needed to do an update right then and there, and that's why everything crashed on me.
You're not talking Japanese anymore. Time for a MacBook. Yeah, probably. Why are there 3 portraits over here in landscape right in the middle? What's up with that? There's 3 portraits.
Is 2 separate ways,
right,
depending on who's watching it. So it's depending on who's watching it. So let's restart this all over again. I'm Joe. With me, it's not a party. Weiner with New Breed Airsoft, and down below.
Hoping to get Monster sponsor. Hey, Steve
from FTB. Tactical. How's everybody
And
doing?
I feel bad for him, so I'm wearing his shirt today.
Yeah, I bet you feel bad. I told you.
Apparently, I'm dead, so
right.
I've been nuked, so I can't show up to any more events.
This is pissing me off.
At least it's not pissing on you.
It's just. Are you hardwired?
We lost him again. But we're still live. We are still not Memorex.
I didn't know if I was still live when he when he had to hard reset.
We were acting like Iron Fury never happened. Why are we doing that, Mr. Walker? Iron Fury did happen.
CRISPR was supposed to do the Iron Fury AAR.
Were you supposed to do that tonight?
No, he's doing his own AAR.
Well, I know. Well, that's because he owns the field. So Mark is in 480p. Yeah, well, actually, probably less than that. Probably 220.
It's the Weiner and Steve show tonight.
That's right. That's right. Woo! Victory. By the way, so he tried. Even though we won, we told we were both lost because we got nuked at the very end there.
We did.
So apparently we're both dead. So we can't show up and be the next CEO.
That's
so if we got nuked, yeah, I know. I'd shed 2 tears for that. So if we got
send my ghost instead.
That's Ryan, good old Ryan Carges. Him and his Rugrats were there at Iron Fury.
Hey, he's back, but he's still fucking. Oh, I don't mean to swear, but yeah, he's still lagging like a balls.
I know you can't cuss on Mark's stream anymore. It's not Christian like.
He was so good, like backstage, like when he was setting everything up, no problems.
Well,
last 5 minutes.
Yep. It's the ghost, and plus he's like kind of like in a cell, so it doesn't help. It doesn't help much.
Well, if he's hardwired, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
He's hardwired, but I don't know why he's not hardwired.
Yeah, and I think is he at the cell or is he at the
Mark? Look, you want to know something? Look at the way his mouth's kind of hanging open a little bit. It looks like he's really, really tired. Now
he's dead. He's like,
am I a genius or what? By the way, it was an awesome event. Since you can't hear us say that, we had a blast. We both had a blast, even though I kicked Tan's ass, but we still had a blast.
Well, you kick my ass all you want. I told you I was going to let you win.
Yeah, I don't know why you let me win. That wasn't
because it's nice to be nice to the elderly.
To be the nice guy. That's what it is. These boots are made for walking. That is what I do. I came up with that at the last minute when I put my boots on and realized they were tan. I go, oh, this is good.
Oh, nice.
He's getting older. Sometimes hardwire just doesn't come easy.
We should not be the ones allowed to be doing this. You know that, right?
Well, the funny thing, we are doing it because we are live, so we are actually running the show. You can see up in can you see up on your left hand corner of your screen?
I'm watching. I'm reading.
Yeah, we got people watching. It's awesome. Let's see who we got to say hi to. Of course, Walker, my favorite, Mr. CRISPR, who's one of my favorite shows.
I know Russ.
You know Russell
Chamberlain. He's R&D,
hey, Russ.
I believe.
How you doing, Russ? Good to see you there. Ryan Carges, who was from Iron Fury. He brought his first snowball, his technical out there. And it actually, for the first time, there was somebody out there who had a worse looking vehicle than Mark's. Yep, it was a white.
Has to deal with you.
It was a white Chevy. I mean, but don't get me wrong, it was still awesome to have that out there and with the topper on it, with the hole cut in the top for the door. That was cool.
Disappeared. Now you disappeared. Oh, Mark's back. Nope, he's lagging. Swear, Mark, you gotta swear. That is the key.
Fucking knocks me off. See? Such a douchebag.
What the fuck?
You're cussing and we're live, sir. Mark has to deal with you. Well, hey, listen, Mark didn't have to deal with me because I was actually pretty good. My team had a bunch of war crimes, but I didn't have any war crimes this game. Mark had a shit ton of war crimes because it's his AO.
You just called Mark he had war crimes.
What's that?
I want to hear it.
Mark had tons of war crimes. He can't even talk. Look at this. He's just sitting there with that dumb stupor on his face going, I'm going to kick Weiner's ass when I see him next.
I think somebody just what is that kick one? That kick one's weird. I think that's a come to Nezha.
Oh, the one up there says Amorphous of City. What is that? That's well, that's one of those.
Wait, shut up. His eyes are moving. Oh, now he lagged.
Oh, Sal's watching in the background. Sal, he's watching. He liked the stream. I think the fact that Mark can't talk, he probably liked it better.
That's just rude.
But it is rude. Yes, it is. But
It is super.
but I will say the AO is phenomenal. We had a blast there. If you didn't go this weekend, you missed out on the
You did.
Cresson with Players Wanted and CressonSanatorium.com. That's where all the events are going to be at.
Yep.
I'll advertise for Mark since he can't talk right now or is still trying to figure out how to turn a computer on. And he's blaming me for being non-technical. I'm actually here. My mic's working. We are live. Mark is gone again. See this video.
So the funny thing was, I actually got to go play Sunday out on the field.
Oh yes, you did.
Died.
Yep. And you died right away.
None
of my players captured you because they didn't know.
Right?
They didn't know who you were, sir.
Yes, that was great.
They walked right by you. Didn't realize it was you. I actually finally had to pull your picture up from Facebook, show it to them who it was, and they go, "Oh, that's who that is." Yeah, you walked right by him, didn't bring him back.
Well, I think at the end I had to throw on my gray shirt, but we had a couple issues. But overall, it was a good weekend.
It was good.
I would like.
By the way, my stream is on Thursday nights. The Weiner Wolf Show, and we were looking for Monster to be our sponsor. So Monster, I love you guys. Why don't you come on and we'll have a chat.
But I mean, it was a great time. I really did. Oh, yep. He's blinking.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, what do you mean you don't know what's because you're actually talking and you're live, so we don't.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with the stream. I really don't. So hopefully,
well, apparently we are. This is the most focused Weiner's ever been. Yes, it is. Yep. So you can't hear us or something, Mark, or is it you just keep?
No, everything it keeps glitching out. Everything seems to be going fine now. I can tell you right now that all right.
Red Bull.
I think it's working
because Red Bull messing with my heart and stuff. Something just went wrong.
What the fuck is going on?
Try reloading the page, but that's okay. It still says we're live and we're still running.
That's right.
So, not too worried about that.
Oh no, it was just a glitch. It was just a glitch. You're kind of.
It's back. Yep. Now you can talk about everything. Mark never lets you.
But
Brian, come to my stream on Thursday nights.
You're here. You're here.
And I'll put you on.
So, but yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you, and you're not lagging. Your mouth moves with your sound.
Yeah, poor Mark definitely has to do it.
There he goes again. Bye, Mark. So this will be the Weiner Steve or the Weiner Steve.
He's back.
He's back.
He'll just cut out every now and then. It's cool.
He's below us. Yep.
I'm gonna have to build him a computer.
That's next, yeah. Which laptop is he on?
I think he's on his Omen. The Omen should be more than enough to handle it.
And it's wild because we're on his restream, but yet we're still running live because everybody can see.
Yeah, which makes no sense. So like I'm sitting here, but for the event, let's talk about the event. Let's
go back to the event. So since we
about the event, like I had a blast. I guess my only caveat to it is like I don't like COing.
Well, understand that. It'll grow. Believe it or not, I felt the same way the very first time I CO'd also, but it kind of grows on you too as people start to know who you are and stuff. Because I mean, they know FTX Tactical, but they don't know you're the face of FTX Tactical.
Yeah, and right, and like I said, I had a great time. It was just as soon as I was like, oh, I'm kitted up, I'm about to step off. Yeah. Mark to Steve. I'm like, God damn it.
I didn't even go out and play at all. I mean, maybe one time I shot my gun.
It wasn't even that bad. It wasn't even that bad.
My guys and my command and all that stuff and the community comms, our comms were great.
Yeah.
So I had a duty to them at that point. So I had more fun chatting it up and talking with them and doing those guys actually doing what I asked of them.
And I got emotionally involved at one point with like that one team. Like, hey, I'm trying to make it good for you guys. Let me try to do it. Like I did everything in my power to make it good for them.
It's funny.
And it wasn't enough, I felt like. And at a certain point, I was just like, you know what? I can't do anymore. Yeah. I've done what I did.
Yep. Correct.
And I had a great time after that.
We ran into that at very first time I was XO for one of Mark's events was at a Yellow Dog.
Oh,
and at Yellow Dog at that facility there. And it was a cool facility, but I was Papa's XO for that. And we had some of those players. Wanted to do this, wanted to sell us how to.
Comms worked in tunnels.
Oh, yeah. Comms worked in tunnels. Yep. Yeah, they did. You guys are coming up, right,
Let's
Ryan?
try
You guys are
this
going to come up
one
to
more time.
the TCA event. I take it that's going to happen there.
Yes, I'll be there.
So yeah, I know you are. Lene, I'm
you all
sorry.
hear me
I'm sorry.
now?
You're right, Russell. Lene is the face of FTX Tactical.
Can
but
you hear me
Yes, we can
now?
hear you.
yes, we can hear you, but you're Japanese talking again.
He's not Japanese talking. For me, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty clear.
On my end, it looks like he's talking, and then the voice.
Testing,
See?
testing.
Then the mouth moves.
Oh, jeez.
See, there's
I
lag.
still hear him though. Like,
Well, if you stop talking for a second, Weiner, possibly somebody else could get something in edgewise. How about that?
Steve, have I been letting
Let's
you talk?
try this again.
No comment.
Let's try this again. Welcome to From the Barracks. It's Tuesday night. I'm Joker for Players Wanted. With me is the motor mouth over there, Weiner from New Breed Airsoft, and down below it's the man with all the gear, Steve from FTX Tactical. Oh my freaking god, this is getting to be annoying as hell.
you keep
Not for
changing
us.
rooms.
Not
That's
for
your
us.
problem.
I don't know. It's literally just before everything
It
was
was,
working
and it
fine.
was. It really
Steve was with me for an hour, and I hit go live, and then that's when the computer decided to do an update. And since then, it's just been problematic.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like there's another update queued. Great.
Ouch.
Oh, someone wants to say hi to Weiner.
I know, because I just got off the phone.
She's
Oh, Weiner, I love your shirt, buddy.
I love it too.
being
It's it's actually a large and it fits great. So it's nice.
I
You know,
know.
of course, I'm getting a little buffer. So yeah, I can share it.
I think you have something on your shirt, though, right about here.
You got a little.
All right.
We gotta get. Back.
Oh yeah, I did.
You gotta get back.
That's from my Monster Drink, who I want a sponsor from.
Come on. Stop.
No, I got off the phone and all I heard was, I'm the face of.
Okay.
All right. Please, for the love of God,
I'm
let's get
trying.
the goddamn show
Everyone else,
on.
We've been doing the show while you're busy screwing with the computer.
No, yeah. Well, and now it's being distracted and doing it. All right, everybody, we're here. We're going to talk about Scorched Earth. And yes, Kevin, I saw your comment. We're acting like Iron Fury never happened. No, we're not. It's just that we'll do Iron Fury's AAR next weekend because hopefully I can have time to actually download. I can actually download all the video that I have and make sure everything's running good.
Right.
So, with that being said, we had Scorched Earth this weekend, and it was
Awesome.
It was awesome.
It was definitely awesome. It was a great time. I mean, so I'm going to go over all this, and I just think I figured out what the damn fucking problem is.
Keep swearing.
problem-
It works when you
Yeah, I'm going to keep swearing. I'm in a
The
swear
problem
mode.
is
today.
No.
The problem's
Every
between
time
the
you swear,
keyboard
it
and the
works.
seat in the chair. That's the problem.
So,
Identity error.
No, there's so much bloatware that comes on an HP laptop.
Mhm.
It's not even funny. So I'm in the process now. I'm running smoother. I could tell. So I've removed all the stuff out. So let's hopefully that everything.
Sean brought
moves.
his knee pads.
The rest of the stream goes. Stop.
What?
God
See,
damn it.
I get paid every time I say FTX Tactical. He brought his knee pads. What are you talking about?
Stop with the fucking knee pad shit, okay? God damn, man.
I'm trying to stay. I'm trying not to laugh at him to egg him on. No.
No,
We were having a great show until Mark came back on. I mean, we were actually talking decent. Were we
No,
not,
it's-
Steve? Were we not, Steve? We were.
I
I heard you.
Okay.
I heard you guys talking.
So there you go.
Scorched Earth was this weekend, and it was a great event. It was our return to Cresson, hosting Airsoft events, and it was absolutely fantastic. Now, with that being said, we always talk about the good and the bad. And one of the things were that some stuff was just not ready at the start of the game.
Right.
Now, I will say we started on time. We ran on time. We did everything to keep everything moving along effectively. Registration opened on time. Safety brief started on time, except for the one where I had to deal with somebody else's nonsense, and it was delayed by 15 minutes. It was a safety brief. No, not you. It was somebody else's nonsense. So one of the things that going back to this event, we were trying to get internet turned on so that way we could have the skirmish system throughout the entire AO. Well, Friday we couldn't get the internet on. No matter what we tried, we could not get the signal to the system to get it going. So come Saturday morning, In the Sticks internet showed up and installed a.
My cleavage was showing, and it got a little wet right there, so I had to wipe it off.
So they turned around and they got us reconnected with the internet. So by the time we started the second Evo, we had the skirmish system up. So there's a lot of things that you could do as an event producer when things go sideways or not according to plan. You could either freak out about it, shut everything down, piss, moan, scream, or yell, or you can adjust the gameplay to suit the games to keep the players going and keep it exciting. So the first half of the first Evo of the day was to go ahead. And turn it into a resource gathering mode, so that you guys could have your airstrikes and your recon missions and all that fun stuff at the start of the game. So there was a little bit of a tonal shift at the start of the game. But going back to that, Ben just pointed out, I like the new building for Reg and Chrono. Get used to using that building, guys.
Nice.
That new building is going to be our permanent place where we do registration, chrono, safety briefs, all that there. Because future games, we're opening up the entire AO.
Oh.
So when we get the numbers to go outside the wire, we're going to be using it. So people are going to have to park on the north side of the property and all that stuff. So then that way we have enough space to accommodate and be safe when we use the other aspects of the field. So get used to using those new buildings. So I think, we had 138 people that registered, checked in, signed in for the game out of 152. So 14 people didn't show up, but hey, is what it is. But from there, registration seemed to run smooth. We didn't seem to have any hiccups with that. The safety briefs went really fast. Although I realized that once again, I got to get my condensed script down.
It was only 30 minutes. We were good.
Well, the safety brief is there for the reason of making sure that you guys have the rules, because our rules are different. And we had a lot of people that came here from previous event producers, and they were trying to do things that accommodated them. So one of the things that we emphasize a lot when it comes down to our rules is rule number 1 is don't be a dick. Yes. Don't be the reason why your team loses points because you can't control your behavior. Don't be the reason why your team loses because you cost your team a whole bunch of war crimes. And at the start of the game, there were a lot on green, like off rip, like right away. So it was. Let's talk about the start of the thing. Both of you guys had your talks set up. Although Steve's really wasn't inside the building, he just decided to say, "Screw it, I'm taking over the parking lot."
It worked. It worked.
Of course, she sent me a message just now. It did work. And it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It was somebody else. A person that knew we were having a stream right now, so the thing lit up and so it did work. But I will tell you, the amount of players that complained that you chose that spawn.
With me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you. A lot of people don't realize that the 2 spawns are the ones that work the best on this site, because if you shift them to anywhere else, one side has a little bit more of a tactical advantage of the other side, and then one side has to go up the hill, and it's kind of nonsense. But off the get, you guys, where did Weiner? Where did you deploy your first team? Your
right
first
up the middle, right to 5-6, right there in 5-6.
You put them right. Is that where you put yours, Steve?
They said they met him right then and there. It was a fight right off the bat.
That's what
Except you were on one side of the building, we were on the other side, so the firefight was on right off the bat. So
what it came down to was, like, every time I'm at Cresson, it's always been I'm in A building, right? One Weiner was in.
Same, yeah.
I didn't want to be there anymore. I was like, let's try something else. I get to be out in the open a little bit. It's fresh air. So I tried that one, and obviously I'm burnt. But that's what I wanted.
Being inside of a building certainly helps because it keeps you more protected and keeps the people out of the sun and all
Well, they
that.
can go in.
And before we go any further, I do want to say to the players that were complaining that it was too warm outside, F you all. The very next day, it effing
did.
snowed there. Snow.
Yeah.
You all
I
suck.
was home and it was
I
nice.
called
and
it when you called me the other day. I was like, hey, it's going to snow.
I said the same thing. I was like, watch, it's going to snow tomorrow because these people are talking trash and the mountain's bipolar.
Yep.
But I overall, like, yeah, they might have had to walk a little because it was up a hill and then down a hill. I like that. The reason why I like that spawn so much is because you have this quick access to like some of the tunnel systems and underneath some of the buildings. So I was like, maybe they'll take advantage of that. They did not. I didn't have any fast movers. I had slow and steady movers.
Well, you had Grandpa, so you know how that goes.
I didn't have you.
We're talking your Grandpa on your side, Jerry.
But no, for Grandpa's team, like the Havoc guys, they smashed pretty. They had the hammer and they worked really well with that.
They did.
But I didn't really have any like Gabe's like SRT where they get in and they just move, right? I didn't have one.
Sean.
Yeah, it was. It's an interesting spawn point, for sure. So let me just get that moving across
There
there.
You go.
Just because that's a limited time offer there. Sorry, I need to catch up to the chat here.
You're good, man.
I am not a fast.
I'm not no, there's nothing wrong with not being a fast mover. Right?
No, as long as you're consistent.
You were up against SRT, who were like they just
boom. And you know what's funny is I didn't even know I was going to have SRT until they showed up.
Right.
I did not know those guys were going to be there. I did not know a week before. I swear I did not know until I saw Gabe's face. Until I saw Gabe's face at registration, I didn't know he was going to be there.
He was told. He just forgot. And
I was on stream when you told him.
Yeah. This is a good question, Sean. Are there any rules on nades at Cresson? Got mine from FTX Tactical. Yes, there are some rules. One of the things that is definitely changing is the tag 67s are no longer allowed. The concussive blast from those is so great, it's causing injuries. We had a guy that had got the only blind man the entire weekend was one guy took a grenade right beside his head and got himself a snake concussion.
He was on the field the next day.
He was.
Yep. He was. He did show me that he was cleared by his. They went to the hospital that night and he was cleared. They suspected a mild concussion for him, and he's like, I feel fine, and all that. But it's one of those things where we don't like banning product, right? We just don't. But sometimes you have to take a line and stand and go, all right, this is an indoor CQB environment. If people throw multiples at once, somebody's going to get hurt. And I don't move fast. I'm not a fast mover unless it's downhill. So our rules are pretty straightforward. A grenade inside of a 30 by 30 foot room will kill the entire room because it's a radius. So if a grenade goes off, the only hard cover is hard cover. Like if you throw it in, like people were asking, what if in building 5, right at that entryway by the door, can somebody put a grenade inside the little catch drawer and put it up and duck behind? Yes, because they're not seeing the flash of the grenade. They're down below. They're protected by the hard cover, which is the walls, because it's technically in the other room. Now, if it's on the other side of glass and they're looking and they see the flash, they are in fact hit. They are wounded, because if you see the flash of a grenade, you're wounded unless you are outside the kill radius. But if you ever get hit with a frag, you are.
No, it was not enclosed space. They were outside.
It was not enclosed. It was outside.
They were crawling, and somebody tossed it at them, and they were trying to stay low to the ground, and they just boom,
right in the head. And that's not the first time Tag 67s have hurt somebody in the last month.
No launchables.
Oh, we don't allow launchables. We don't allow launchables at personnel. If vehicles are ever allowed at Cresson, they'll be allowed at vehicles only. Again, it goes down to the safety factor. I mean, Weiner and I do a lot of events where we're exposed to a lot of these different pyros, and we see firsthand a lot of the damage that happens
Just
from like
look at his
Ryan.
truck and his windshield.
So throw it at Steve.
And
Got it.
my pink misted
Throw
gun.
Steve on it.
My chalk round misted gun.
But no, like I, for some reason the Tag 67, it's just the way the composition on it's built. Like the Tag 6s they're as loud, but they're not as concussive. I think that's what it comes down to. It's the composition of the
well,
it's the composition of the blast.
Well, EG 67s, which are a different, or the canister grenades, which are I like them. And
I was thinking,
and they're made.
I'm sorry, not EG67, but yeah,
and they were made not to do what the Tag 67s do.
Yeah, you could tell when you hold a Tag 67 versus the AFG 6.
Oh yeah,
that one's it's hefty. It is hefty.
Yeah, the AFG 6s and the BFG 6s are also probably going to be on the don't allow list, only because those new formulas are so concussive. We don't want to have it. Yeah, Clara learned all about a bad grenade can hurt.
Right.
She's bruised from Iron Fury. So she got one right inside of the truck and exploded right underneath her leg. Now, look, we take risks as airsofters, informed risks, right? We take we take risk when we play, and grenades that are out there. But as an event producer, you have to say, where is there acceptable risk versus liability right now? So I don't want my players to have to leave the field and go get an emergency room visit because of something that I already know might be too much. So and that's the last thing. The last thing I want is one of my players to leave the field and not be able to come back. Never come back is one thing, but not be able to come back is another thing. So for the most part, we had 28 total war crimes between both sides. Yes. Green definitely took the win on war crimes. I mean,
they won the whole thing.
War crimes just because you had more crybabies on your side than mine.
No. You had one team show up in the wrong camo with the wrong helmet.
That's just because you don't like freaking multicam tropic.
It doesn't matter. Is it in the rules? Is it in the rules?
Hey, look. So those guys didn't do it on purpose, all right? And they took the blame for it. They did not become dicks or anything like that.
Yeah, and they only got one war crime.
And that's correct. We only got one war crime for it. So it makes it sound like it was 100 war crimes for the wrong uniform. But yes, Green did kick butt. Thank you.
I said 4. I said 4 because there was 4 of them that did.
Right. And all 4 of them apologized, and they will. They will never do it again at one of your events. But they'll come back. They'll come back because of the way they handle it.
Because they learned in the night phase exactly what we're talking about.
Well, it didn't make a difference. Everybody in the night phase, everybody, unless you had a bright flashlight, got shot up anyways. It was friendly fire everywhere.
That's
yeah. Well, actually, these guys they got into an argument because they're like, "Oh, we thought you were enemy. We thought you were friendly," because they shined the flashlight on them, and it's hard to tell.
Yeah, and we should just eliminate multicam altogether. Should not be able to wear.
No, tan multicam should always just be on tan. It's one of the most popular tan.
And brand new multicam Tropic looks green. But I understand what you're saying with the faded. I'm with Brad Beaver on this, though. Mr. Beaver and I have the same thought about it because I have brand new multicam Tropic sitting in my closet. I may just show up in pants on one of your events just because.
So the other one was right off rip. We had people just not do their bleed outs.
Yep. Right.
We had a couple of them start yelling and screaming at another team when they were in the wrong. Like the team green guys were in the wrong. So the war crimes on both sides were justified. The entire Tiger Stripe is fine.
Yeah, Tiger Stripe tells green.
Yeah. So the reality was it's like. And Weiner's sitting there. Weiner had this argument with me, and he's starting it up again, even though he promised me he wouldn't have it, about diminishing the win. It's not diminishing the win. It's talking about the player behaviors, right?
Oh, yeah, that's correct. We had that, diminishing my win. Yep, that's right. But they also told me I got nuked, too, so I can't come to the next events because I've been nuked.
No, you can come to the next event. Who fucking lied to you? Stop
Wait
making
a
shit
minute.
up.
You did say that we got
Hold
nuked
on.
at the end. Did you not say that?
I did because it says, and then what I say
after everybody left and you told my guys won. So you were diminishing my win.
I said
by
it
saying
on the radio.
Maybe nobody won.
Stop. I said over the radio clearly, Tan dropped the nuke. Welcome to Geiger Lands, because the storyline from Syndicate is where the DEA versus cartel is beginning to downfall society. Then it goes to Scorched Earth, which is society has already fallen, and you have militias trying to hold on to things, and they all have military gear and equipment and everything else to hold on to what little spices they are. And then at the end of Scorched Earth, somebody drops the nuke, and welcome to Geiger Lands. So I did say right in front of your talk, with you standing right there, Tan activated the nuke. Welcome to Geiger Lands.
Did you say that in the thing afterwards, though? After the end?
Yes, I did. Actually,
you didn't say it on the field.
I did mention
in front of my AO.
And I also explained the storylines. You were too busy
yapping. No, I was not the one yapping. You yelled at me. There was the guys behind me yapping. I was sitting there actually paying attention on purpose. So I was actually being good this event, if you could not tell.
So
because we were winning.
So the reality. And of course, I made the joke: did anybody really win? Because the nuke still dropped. So, Green had a decisive victory during the event.
Yes. But we're all dead now, though, so decisive. I can't come to the next events because we got nuked.
Yes, you can. Nice try.
Damn, I'm gonna get out of doing work.
So Weiner has to go to Geiger Lands as a CO ghoul. That would be absolutely fantastic.
Cool. That's a good idea, Ryan. That's actually a real good idea.
So. Going back into I don't know. We dropped those props on even sides on both sides. Tan was more focused on getting kills in the first Evo than it was trying to
thanks, Ben.
get objectives. I come driving up to drop more props, and I just see a conga line of Green coming back with props in their hands. I was impressed. They got a lot of stuff, and on top of that. Prisoner-wise, though, Steve, you sort of took the win on that with the numbers that were given to me. So you got to.
You know why? You know why you got so many prisoners of ours?
Why?
Because they kept pushing towards his spawn, and he kept shooting him. Like, okay, thank you.
That's exactly what happened. I think I probably saw the only time I ever saw any tan over by our area was that one building 5 and 6 way up the hill there, and then when we were bringing prisoners back. So.
And dropping the nuke. His equipment on Mystery Love Company. They're losing, so they drop it.
Yes. I had a blast. Me being a CEO with the people I had, and also with the people we were going up against. It was.
Oh, thank you.
It was Steve is a phenomenal CEO. He did for first time CO too, and I've only been CO once or two other times for different smaller events. I guess you say this is probably the largest one that I was a CO for. And I mean, it was awesome. I mean, the players that stuck around and stuff like that. We had crybabies on both sides who left early, stuff like that. And it was just the player base that stuck around all the way to Sunday were phenomenal. And the AO is just off the chain. I am looking forward to being there and I'm actually trying to plan it out in my head so I can be there for all the events coming up. But I have to take out a second mortgage on my house so I can afford to fly up because I'm not making that drive. Because I have to work. I still work for a living. I have a real job that I still have to work for. So if I was retired, I'd bring my camper up there and I'd camp out, help Mark set up everything and do that and just stay there. But the AO is one of my favorites. It reminds me. I think it's better than Milledgeville now that tunnels are completely open. So thank you. I appreciate that, Ben. If you can go make it to one of the events, do it. Head up there.
Syndicate 6 is coming up May 15th, and those tickets there.
It's right after what's the game? Oh, right after Stonebreaker. 2 weeks after Stonebreaker.
Please stop interrupting.
I'm talking good about the event.
I know. Let me just look. Let me do my promo stuff.
It's funny. I talk. I
know
more
you're
excited.
Here You'll get plenty of time to talk. Okay.
What's that say? Weeder equals new Duke Nukem.
You should not drink a Monster before going on the stream.
I just had to hang out with my mom grocery shopping. I am dying for this.
I'm just being quiet.
I have to do this for a minute because he's not going to stop. So let me just go ahead and say that May 15th is when we're having Syndicate 6 at Cresson Sanatorium. You can use the promo code SE40 to get $40 off the tickets. That promo code is only going to be available for 2 weeks. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, go to CressonSanatorium.com. Use promo code SE40. Get your tickets now before it's too late, because they're also limited to only 230 tickets. So there's that. Now, with that being said, I'll unmute Weiner, and we're going to start going forward with like going through. So again, at one point there was a conga line of there was a conga line of prisoners that from both sides. It's like I would drive from one talk up to the other talk, and it's like there's a line of prisoners going in both directions, which is great. And it was just funny that that you guys were really doing it. The players were getting involved. Although, did either side do a mass execution? That's all I want to know.
No, but we
about.
were offering water enemas.
I offered water, shiatsu massages.
We gave them water. Water was the main thing, and then we thought one of you guys came in.
I made sure when it came in, they were hydrated. And
when one of you guys came in and said, "We'll fix you," he goes, "What do I get out of this?" I go, "A water enema," and then it just went from there.
It was a real good game. Steve did a great job, and the staff were awesome.
Agreed.
Thank you very much. I will say that with the exception of 2 groups, everybody treated the staff fantastically. We got no complaints from the front end. Lindsay, who was her first time ever being at an Airsoft event, who was helping us with check-in and all that, she was just like, while it was overloading her a little bit, at the same time, she was learning so much, and she did a fantastic job. Ange was just like, I got this. Do this. And then I guess there was like 2 guys that were like sort of trying to tell her what she goes, no, you do this. No.
I raised my hand. Was it? I would ask something. Yeah, which one was Lindsay?
Yeah. The other girl, the other woman sitting right next to my daughter.
I didn't see her. Yeah. I completely did not get this chance to meet her. I don't know how that happened, but I was too busy.
Because you came in late.
Okay.
That's why.
Gotcha. She was there for Friday night, Friday night.
She was only there Friday
night. That's why. Out. Okay. I'll shut up now.
Hey, we believe in health. Reverse waterboarding. Oh my God. We didn't. The only few times that we had complaints that was it happened to me, and I go, I'll get to that in a minute, because that one was just funny in itself what happened, because that was in the second Evo. But Steve, I heard you talking earlier about the guys that were like, you're getting emotionally invested, and I could just tell you that a long time ago, I realized that these events, you just gotta, unless they're cursing you out, it's like, okay, it's Airsoft.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
The complaints that were coming in were Airsoft. Yeah. They're not calling grenade hits. Here's a novel concept, guys. If you're pulling pins on a grenade and you're trying to push into a building, and you should probably let that pin go, count 1 and throw.
Yes.
Or 1, 2 and throw. Cook your grenades. The problem is when you're in a CQB environment like this one, people can run into rooms, and that is hard cover. If you're throwing a grenade, you should probably chase your grenade and sacrifice one of your guys to make sure that the people that are running away get shot if they're not, because that's what happens. They can hear that snap. Some of the experienced teams are probably already retreating. When they throw the grenade, they see it coming. They turn tail and run. So chase. One guy getting blown up is fine, because whatever, grenade. But it also allows you to push, because what if that grenade goes in the hallway? He goes right into the right side door. There's nobody in there. Now you have one guy forward, and you can do it another way with a grenade. So there's all sorts of tactics that you can use. And there was during the first, we had 21 embedded admins in Evo 1.
Oh, geez.
21. And they're almost evenly split. I think Weiner had the most with 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we also had the red shirts walking around. So you have a lot of eyes on you almost at all times when things are going around, because this game was a lot of squad work. And what I was impressed about when I saw in Evo 1, how many people made it all the way down to building 1 and into K, and the fighting that was happening at building K. I was like, guys, K's not that important. There's nothing over here yet, you know. It became very important in the second Evo, but that sort of stuff. So at the end of phase 1, how'd you guys both feel that you did? Well, I mean, Weiner's going to brag, but because his team did good. What did you think that your changeup was going to have to be, Steve? So
Evo 1 was more of like, I wanted the guys to get to feel the lay of the land. You know what I mean? Like, kind of, I just sent them in like certain directions. Like, hey, I want this, I want that, and I want this. Send them, just kind of throw them out there, see what they and then get. My big thing was when they come back, or if they died, they came back. They would tell me, oh, there's this is right here, or this is right here. Then I had to change up my plan to move them to like another location that was more important. And the biggest problem was they were not looking for props.
Yes,
they started bringing stuff back like really late, right? It was It was like what, Saturday evening. That's when they started bringing the props back. And a couple of the red shirts that that were my guys, like they said, they seated the props and they were walking right over them. Like they're not even like it was like right there in front. They just.
One was a fusion core that was lit up, and I watched 4tan walk right past.
Yeah, that was the big thing, was that they weren't looking for props, and they kept bringing me back stupid crap, like walkers.
I got a wheelchair.
I got a wheelchair too. I got a lamp.
There's pictures of me in the wheelchair.
A pool noodle. I got.
I don't know where the pool noodle came from
either, but I got stuff like that.
Of all the props that they brought back, my favorite was the foot. They brought back a foot.
But that was the stuff that they were bringing back. Like they were getting joke props. I'm like, I don't want this. I want the wheelchair. Worked out because I had another place to sit for something to sit. But
go ahead, finish. Sorry.
But in the end, it's like yeah, it's funny, it's fun, but I kind of want my props, like the stuff that actually. And people are like, well, this is new looking. Like they brought me an orange drum suit. I'm like, what? Like. Like it's newish looking. Like I know it was from probably another organization.
It was a Halloween. It was a Halloween thing.
Yeah.
So
when they brought the dummy back.
Oh my! I witnessed them pulling it out. Ange and I were
Fireman
laughing.
Carried that sucker running to the thing. As they're running, the pants are falling off it. I kept yelling to him, "You're gonna trip! You're gonna trip!" I was so worried he's gonna.
I guess the funniest part was, and it was the TV getting stolen. That was
awesome. When that came back,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Those are my guys, by the way. But that was not the plan. They were not supposed to steal TV.
Let's talk about that, because there was one thing I forgot to mention inside of the safety briefs, and that is you cannot attack the AAs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can't attack the TOCs. And
we got a war crime for it.
So then
we did get war crime for that.
Yeah,
you did.
But it was minor. It wasn't major, but it was still awesome.
I thought it was fun.
It's sort of like when you go to scold a child, right? That did something so wrong but so funny at the same time. You're trying not to laugh and be like.
And they brought it back in the wheelchair. They rolled it up with the wheelchair. That was awesome.
It was, they snuck in. It was the two Asians. They snuck in. They stole the TV, and then they took off. And I was like, that is impressive that they went in there and did all that. Now, I will say that only proves one thing. Weiner's talk was set up and Steve's wasn't.
Okay. On that, there were stuff all around it. Like people's gear and stuff was all around it. Where I had the TV was at, he could see us, all of us, just up at there too. So his like, oh, I didn't know that was that. Like, nah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I had all my guys set up in the room.
No, he knew. He was going for you. That's what he was saying. He was like, I wanted to get the CO, and I was like, the reason, and people ask, why don't you allow it? Because we put a lot of stuff inside the command centers. And one thing that was going on, because of the amount of staff, the few staff that we had, we really couldn't force the COs to go out and interact during.
I did Sunday. So it was fun on Sunday.
Yeah, it's one of those things that sometimes, like, usually, like almost every other game that we had, when I named the COs, they put together their own command staff.
Yeah, I had my
like
CO,
almost every
I
single time.
had
But
my
this one,
go-getters and stuff like that. Yeah.
but here's the thing, like, this event we had, for various reasons, we lost 2 COs. I went to replace the 2 COs. They agreed, and then they had to go down. And then I asked Weiner, and he's like, I don't know if I could commit. And then smartass over here, like, ducked it for like 4 weeks, and I mean 4 solid weeks, before he finally agreed. And he was like the last choice because he was the only option that was
Right.
left.
Yeah, last resort.
You got at least you got 4 weeks, Wiener. I got 2.5, if that.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
I couldn't commit because of
the same.
what's going on with work now. And now it's even worse. But
Yeah.
what's going on with work?
No, I got you.
Well, I'll say it like
But
this:
I still
like when it comes down to COs are an extension of the event itself. You have to trust the COs. Like, I just can't put some random person as a CO. I have to be able to trust
Right.
that the person, first
Right.
off. The COs, while they're trying to focus on their faction and everything else, they also have to keep the rules in mind and play with integrity, honor, and everything
that's
else
what
to
my
not
big
violate
thing was, that
rules.
doing that. Like, I think I was on staff radio more than I was on, CO radio. You know what I mean? Like faction radio. So I was doing that, and I guess the reason why I didn't really set up my talk, I didn't even open the TV up until skirmish was active, because I was like, I didn't need to get shot. I wanted to keep it. You know what I mean? I was like, let's just leave it there.
I have ADD big time, so I was able to multitask like that.
Yeah. Oh.
It was one of those things where, now, because we're going to get past Evo 1 in a minute and let's jump right into the Evo. I mean, at the end of Evo 1, obviously Green had taken the round handily.
Yes.
I mean, they had all the stuff. I mean, Weiner had so much ordnance, it was ridiculous. That he could have, at one point in time, blown up every single building and every single roadway and just killed everybody on the AO because of how much stuff they had for airstrikes, missile strikes, mortar rounds. And
To be honest,
so,
I didn't realize how
all
much
weekend.
actually. To be honest, I did not realize how much I actually had.
Yeah, I didn't
I
didn't use mine either, so don't go bad.
you had a Moab. I just didn't tell you about it because
I used my JDAM to blow up my own guys.
Well, let's talk about let's talk about Evo 2, shall we?
I got poor intelligence from my guys came back, and I was like,
poor intelligence.
So no, they had great intelligence. No, they had great intelligence.
Not for my own guys.
They did, and they were rated. Will you shut up for a minute? Just shut up, because what happened at the start of Evo 2, right? Skirmish is back up. It's no longer a resource war. It's now a position capture and hold position war. You're trying to capture these points to keep them, hold that possession, score the points, keep the people out. So that's when a little bit of the fuckery started with some teams. I get a call on the radio to come over to Tan talk about this player, that player, and all that. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just don't worry about it. And then we came up with it. We found out who it was, and we're like, oh yeah, team dynamics. That's what this is. It's bullshit. Not to say that that we ever will ignore a complaint, that we'll go investigate. We'll try to do our best to make sure and monitor and make sure people aren't breaking the rules. But it was like, we see what's going on here.
Right.
We know what's going on here. And so then gameplay's kicking on. Weiner just gets so pissed off. I go into his talk. He is down at this point. You were mad.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember. Because
you were down. You're like, we're losing everything. And then all of a sudden, Green is down at one point like 425 points. And I was like, damn. So Weiner goes, I want to strike right here. Blow it up now. And then on top of that, both of you guys, it was funny because in the first Evo, both of you guys got your intel packets almost at the same time. Both of you guys got the gas canisters. That was the suitcases, the briefcases. Both of you guys got the gas canisters at the same time. Let me rephrase. Steve got his first. I get a call on the radio. We got our gas canisters. So I drive up and say, where's the gas canister?
It was on its way.
It's walking down the road. It's like, it's not here. You don't have it.
I remember that conversation.
I've been good, Benjamin.
Shit.
So I was like, so Weiner's like, and the gas canisters allow you to gas out a building for 15 minutes. So nobody can enter it, nobody can leave it. So ideally you can, I'm not going to tell you all. Well, I'll tell you the tactics because it doesn't affect me at all. You JDAM the building, kill everybody inside. You run in, switch it with the skirmish, and then you gas it, and you guarantee 15 minutes for your control. That's how you should have done it. But Weiner goes, F that, gas K, blow up one. The first 2 floors.
How'd that work out for you, Weiner?
I killed 12 of my
I
own
went
guys
over there
in 2 years.
One of his.
Oh, one of yours. Okay, I heard it was 2, but that's okay. I don't care. I still accidentally killed 12 of my guys.
I roll up. There's a group of tank coming out in a really,
Just so
really
you know,
bad
it never
mood.
happened again.
Yeah, 'cause none of us threw anymore.
Oh, I did.
No, he did. He dropped a couple more JDAMs, but nobody else used ordnance. But it was funny because so I roll up and we have players coming out and they're TAM players and they're mad, they're bitching and complaining. And I was like, all right, well, hold on 1 second because this is going to be fun. He go, oh, we don't want to hear it. I was like, they just JDAM, they're JDAMing themselves then. And he goes, and they're like, F this, my tag-ins are useless. Your tag-ins aren't useless because that they're not calling their hits. We had an embedded admin on that floor that was at the backside and was watched every time a grenade came in. Those same guys on that particular, they weren't even on that team, by the way, ran into a room. Kaboom! They came out ready and propped. Again, push, shoot, push, sacrifice, and get in. You have revives for a reason, right? So I go walking up there and I go, all right, time to JDAM the building. I go through 12 green, 1 enemy KIA. Now, when I keep walking in, they were calling, do not JDAM building 1.
It
Do
wasn't
not
going across the
JDAM
radio.
building 1. And he was like, they were yelling
Yep.
it. And he goes, we're going to get blown up. I was like, guess what? They're like, fuck.
I even went out over the net saying, if you're in building 1, get out of the building 1. I went on the radio, never heard a response back from anybody. I figured everybody was out. We did it. But we had a couple times where comms.
Man, if you only had Colt.
Yeah, if you only had Colt here. Sorry. Hey, Colt, if you're listening, you suck. But
it was probably one of the funniest airstrikes.
It was great, though.
That
The
made
fact
my
it happened
weekend
with
right
me.
there. There was that one strike. That made my week. I was like,
You're welcome.
I couldn't stop laughing.
It was good. It was good.
But after that, it was on. I was like,
it was another room. I went to another room. There's another green. You're dead. He goes, aw. I was like, who did it? I go, Weiner.
And it was not on purpose. It was because I got bad.
I'm sure
intel
not.
And comms
And then
went down.
attrition was a big factor for my guys.
Yeah.
Your
So
guys,
let's talk about that. Tan held the point advantage in that second Evo all the way until the sun started going down. He lost 3 solid teams that were like the backbone of the ones that were taking and holding ground.
Yeah, they were moving.
It's
like Gabe's SRT when they were hitting, they were running into. There were some great firefights against 2 teams that were just doing some great damage to each other. Like I'll give Jay Good and his team some credit. They got in some good firefights. They held people off. And hell, I didn't even hear Jay yell once. Good job, Jay. If he's still here.
Yeah.
So from an admin perspective, we get to watch both sides of what's going on. And it's like, at the same time, it's also like when it got dark, the nods came out.
Yeah.
And when the nods came out and Steve lost the players, he was outnumbered almost 3-1. It was like 2.5.
I was counting on that attrition for us to come back from the 400-point.
I'm sure you were, Weiner.
And it worked. Well, I mean, you watch what's going on, and you listen to what's going on, and you learn that. So it was attrition that I was counting on to win back that Evo. So it did.
No, he's not wrong, because this is what happens at TCA.
Yeah,
games,
it does.
Right. We sometimes when we're down, like we did at Iron Knife, that the 24.5 hour long game.
Yep.
Like we were down and we were behind for a good portion of the day. The night phase, we shined, and we all the way up until 2 a.m. We went from 100,000 point deficit to like 10,000 points in that period of time, because people are like, "Oh, I'm going to go have lunch." I'm going to go have dinner. I'm going to walk off the field. What I saw both days, Saturday and Sunday, was a lot of people coming in late.
Yes.
And
both sides.
that was
we had a
another
bunch too that came in late.
both sides.
I think you had
Sunday.
like I think at Stardex on Sunday I had 5 guys.
Yeah,
No,
you had
you
more
didn't
than
have
that.
5
Based
guys.
on the
You had 30. You had 34.
Yeah,
He had
because-
21.
Not when
on,
the Evo
on
started.
Sunday because we were
They
giving.
were still walking
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, because you had to rescan the pad.
Oh.
They were still walking.
only
No,
had-
I see
Yeah.
what he's saying. At the start of the game, they were not at talk.
Yes, that's what I
Okay.
meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were not there. Like they were still walking in slowly.
And then I had to step off to get something for the raffle, and I came back, and it's as if all of a sudden 50 people
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
I was
correct.
like,
Yeah.
Okay, a lot more people are here. So it was a great rounding play. Now, you guys both you're taking stuff back and forth, and it was really great
Yeah,
to
it felt
watch
good.
some of the tactics that started to flow. And what honestly made Tan lose was the hit and move tactic that the SRT team, what SRT's 15, 18 guys did. They would hit an objective, move to the next one, move to the next one, move to the next one, and just hit and move. So even when and they went there with all their squads with bands, and they scanned every single one, because each time a band gets scanned, it shortens the amount of time that it takes to flip a box. And they were doing that so it gets instantly flipped, and they were just going through the field until they died.
Yeah.
And then you guys went, and by the time that they moved up, other teams moved in behind them to sort of secure some of those positions, and you just could not dig out of the deficit. Which, not to say it was not a valiant attempt. I saw Tan do some hard, heavy pushes and go through. One of the things that I will say when it comes down to all of it was that, guys, if you're sitting there complaining about the other side not calling hits or doing something like that, then you're too busy focused on the negative. Think about what you can do on the positive to move forward. Weiner can attest that over the last few years, I had that epiphany myself in Airsoft. And then instead of like being call your fucking hits, now I just go, wow, I got that in 4K. I just get it on camera and just whatever, and then move on. Now, one thing I am disappointed about on both sides is not a single call came over the radio of an embedded admin giving hand of God to the enemy, that they witnessed something cool.
Didn't see it. I didn't see it because I was in my talk the whole time. So
I know. I'm just saying, from the embedded admins, I didn't see it. And there's going to be a conversation with all the embeds next year where we're going to have a staff and embed only, not next year, next game, to discuss what is expected from everybody, because there should have been at least some moments where they went through. I think the embeds might have been for their side, not raising up the enemy because of they're focusing on their side too much.
I'll caveat to that. Because on my side, because I talked to my guys afterwards, they were more focused on the rules. Like they were focused on that, not really watching the enemy, but watching the side to make sure they're not, screwing up. So maybe like because we were.
It's nobody's in trouble. Don't get me wrong.
No,
nobody's in trouble.
I'm just saying,
it's just a matter of
like the hand of God probably didn't happen because they were like they're not. They were first time admins. Really, I trusted them all, but they didn't want to screw up.
I'm talking mostly the embeds. Embeds have been with us.
Yeah.
before.
Okay. Then yeah.
The best one I had was you needed to bleed out 5 minutes so they had time to take me prisoner. That's why we do it. And with the larger games, the prisoner taking is almost vital to gameplay. For an admin
Taterbug
side,
got
right?
one.
my guys do.
I got a hand of God from a green. Okay. I didn't hear any reports because that sort of stuff, if you got the hand of God, you deserve recognition for doing something awesome. And it's one of those things that we like to give those sort of kudos to people for what we witnessed, so that we can get the stories, we could talk about what happened. So those attaboys are there. But when it comes down to like game side and all that, taking prisoner, especially with larger games, like if we get to 700 players for Syndicate, even if we open up the other side, prisoner taken is going to be vital because it takes bodies off the field, so you don't have as much hitting up against each other and all that, and it allows the game to flow smoother. So it's one of the ways that you can have more people in a smaller area because a lot of them are being taken out of play at a particular
And
time.
on the prisoner front, we had with one guy like 6 or 7 times prisoner.
Yeah, that was Squirrel.
There was
Yeah, it was.
Every time Squirrel went out,
There
he got
were-
captured.
There were a lot of. There was also one time, when we got the call that something was going on inside of D, and I went in there. I'm standing up I got out of the way because Tan was finally pushing in, and I'm up on the ladders and I'm watching, and Tan took a whole bunch of people prisoner, but they left 2 people behind, and they had plenty of numbers to take the other 2 people
Some
back.
people are
It was
not about prisoners though; they just don't want to do it.
no, but they took prisoners. That's the funny thing.
Okay.
They took everybody except the pink-haired woman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And the guy that won the first raffle item, the guy with the big gazungas. You know, the guy who won the first, he won the raffle item, the first gun. And I was like, I'm sitting there watching, and I'm just like, the Tan walked right past him. I was like, they're only taking back 5, and there was 3 people taking prisoners back. They could take these other 2 right back. Spawn's right there. I was like, why aren't they taking these 2? And they're like, all right, well,
that
I
was
guess
like
we
the
bleed out.
skirmish
We
box
go.
in 7. They were like, yeah, well, is there one in there? Like it says on the map.
Back when we had that, when you saw me getting a little uppity back there, I couldn't figure out watching from the skirmish why it was showing that you had one in your talk. You had a
Really?
skirmish box in your talk.
So-
you couldn't see that on the map? Your
No,
talk
it
was
didn't
lit up
show on
tan.
mine.
That's wild. I don't know why, but it kept showing. But it wasn't there. Of course it wasn't
I'll
there.
tell you why, and I'll tell you why. I'm first going to answer
Okay.
Ben first. Yes, for the next game, if there is another Scorched Earth,
If
the talks
there
will
is
switch.
another.
So when it comes down to the gameplay that we have, right, with the site that we have and everything else, we might go, instead of having Scorched Earth, we might come up with another game mode.
Right. And it makes
Evolving.
sense.
Okay,
You
evolving,
don't
yeah.
get stale after a while. It gets stale. So you guys switch it up.
Yeah. Scorched Earth is probably our only straight milsim, and from a game perspective, the other ones that get a lot more attention, everybody loves Syndicate because there's 3 factions, and there's always spiciness and stuff that happens inside there. People love Geigerlands, even though it's a smaller event, which, by the way, guys, that's going to be June 12th, and tickets are only going to be right now, they're only $120. It's a player appreciation game. You guys get to camp out on the AO. It's a fun event, very unique. It's a free-for-all game. And then people have been clamoring for Yellow Dog Outbreak. But if next year that we're still doing the Lion Claw Memorial game and Bone Crusher,
You might have to give us something.
we might just eliminate Scorched Earth until I can think of another game scenario that we're going into that makes sense. I want to take it back now that the knowledge is that Tan has activated a nuke. You have 2 days to fight over to see if the nuke's actually going to go off or
That'd
not.
be cool.
I've played new
So it'd be
games
like
like
the
that
final-
before. That's pretty awesome because you have
Yeah.
intel. You have to find. You actually
Is
find
it bad that
specific
I
intel
Yeah.
see
and launch codes and all that
like
stuff.
a milsim, more of like just like a fun event to go to. Like it's not really milsimi, but it's milsimi. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, because the other thing that we're going to be doing is I'm throwing myself a 50th birthday party, and that event is going to be a one-day event. God damn it, weird.
I did that because of your 50th birthday party. Jeez.
Yeah, it's going to be 50th. I mean, the tickets are going to be very appealing to a lot of people. It's only going to be $50.
Hey, $50. We
You
don't
know,
do some
I mean-
some strange for some change.
So that one is going to be so it's like we have to figure out how many events that we're going to be doing and go through. And Scorched Earth historically has been the one that has the least population.
Really?
With the amount of people love the hell out of Yellow Dog.
shit.
which is what the zombie
They
zombie
love that
game.
one.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys
They love
think
it.
the only
Infected.
Yellow
Excuse
Dog
me.
I've ever been
Infected
to
game.
was
We
the
can't
one
call
at
them
Warwick,
zombies. I
and it
don't know
was
why.
small. You know what I mean?
It seemed like it, but I mean, we also have infected players. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
and
you're right.
so
Yep.
the zombie game has always had like it's not much more than Scorched Earth, but it's quite a few more. And then I got the feedback before, and I got it again this weekend. They're like, I can't wait for your other games. Milsim's fun, but it's Milsim. And when you hear that tone, you hear that thing, it's like, okay, you're giving us something different. I want to be able to give that
Right.
difference and to separate myself out a little
Right.
bit collectively for what we're doing. And no, I will not be doing a cowboy game. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no Cowboys and Indians. Jeez.
I don't have. That's not within my skill set. Let's
Damn, I
put
was
it
looking
that
at
way.
that lever action too. Damn.
So it's one of those. So that's why I want to give you guys like one last game to fight and to see if the nuke gets active, if the nuke actually goes off.
Yeah.
Because it really would be a cool way to do Welcome to Geigerlands, and that's it. And then the only thing that's left is Syndicate and Geigerlands. And then we move on to other things, like perhaps Yellow Dog has its own version of a lead in or lead out. I like when the games are interconnected because it keeps the storyline going. What are you
I
looking
was just
at,
looking
Weiner?
to see if we lost Facebook.
Nope, we're still there. I see.
I see the Facebook, but nothing. I'm refreshing. That's why. Yep.
Ben asked a great question if we're going to be switching CPs every game. We typically do. I just forgot what side what side Green was on this last one. Just like when it comes down to Syndicate, I believe Green would be at Alpha this time, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I have to go back through video and everything else. But on a whole, it was a great weekend for the stuff that was there. A lot of people won a lot of cool stuff. We were able to knock the cobwebs off. You know, it was almost a full year since our last event because we've been so heavily focused on getting Cresson. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to Syndicate. So again, let me put that banner up there. So if you guys are looking to get Syndicate, now's the time to get into Syndicate. You get $40 off. And since you're going through our Wix site, you don't have to pay Eventbrite fees. So you're actually saving even more money. So you're more like you're saving like $46-ish off the price of a ticket. So I just got to check one thing real quick.
I had a blast this weekend. You know, I've only done small game CO stuff. This is like more of my first time bigger game type CO. Had a blast.
You did. You did good.
I shine more in admin. You know, like I love doing admin stuff. That's where I shine at, I think, the most. And so I think the most of I had a blast. I don't know about you, Weiner.
I had an awesome time. And not because it was just the way the camaraderie and everything went during the game with all the players and stuff like that. The ones who stuck around, the ones we didn't have, the ones who really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I had a blast, and it made me say, okay, I can do this again.
Yeah.
I do this game.
And it was like I said, a great feel. We're building up a great new staff, so we are looking for more admins, more embedded admins. So if you guys are interested, reach out to us. We'll go through the process of interviewing you, so to speak, to bring things up because we want to be able to provide you guys some really awesome events in the future. We got some great ideas for the site. By the way, final thing. I mean, Weiner, I don't think you got a chance to see it, but what'd you all think of like the new the generator area, the electrical generator?
It was cool to look. I tried to get my guys to go into it thinking, because you kept bringing it up, that maybe there was something there, and there probably was.
There was a box there the entire time.
And that's probably why that box never got turned.
It got turned a couple times.
What was it
showing up as? Because Gabe finally found it.
What was it showing up as? What? I don't know which box. I mean, what building was it showing up as? Because definitely, we turned pretty much everything that we could turn, or we turned everything at one point, and I wasn't sure if that was showing up as another building on our map.
It was showing up as another building. So people asked, why is it doing this? Like you asked, why is the TNCP lit up?
Yeah.
Why is it
Was that the
takeable? I was
box?
like,
Was that
because
the box for that?
we were given a map from another event producer was used over, because that was the map that was already generated, and that's the spots that were there. So I'm going to be working with Brandon at Skirmish to get my spots, my locations updated. So then
we
that
still
way
made it work,
I'll
even
actually
with it not being on
Oh
the red.
yeah,
We still
no,
made it
it
work. I mean,
really well.
from the ones that we
it
found out
was
there,
it was so funny.
I was getting so frustrated. You knew I was.
Where's B?
Where the
Where's B? Where's B? It's right in the middle of. It was right in the middle of the road, mounted on a piece of wood that people were walking past. C was right inside of it. Like you walked inside, and you had like Gabe didn't see it until he goes. They searched C up, down, left, right, and when they went to go walk out, oh guys, it's right here.
Yep, that's it. I got that call over the
and-
radio. It was funny as hell. And then the B. I mean, they were all kind of fun, especially E, the backside of E, the ones that was in the tree on the tree outside of E. Or D. No, I'm sorry, D.
D.
My bad.
D,
building
yeah.
D. So I mean, it was a learning curve for me too, being a CO like that.
Oh yeah.
For the skirmish, we got to use skirmish for the very first time at Yellow Dog. Was it at Yellow Dog? Yeah, was it? Yeah, that's right. Because because we had the monitor up, which was cool because I got plenty of pictures of us. That's where our promo video came from too. Was from that event. New Breed's
The monitor
video.
thing worked really well because it kind of put me back in the admin role a little bit because it's like, what do you want us to do? It's like, there's a map right there, live action map.
I was using a live action map to send my guys when they were calling the radio, and when I found out where they were at, I'd write it down.
Oh, let me do this.
It was
because I could do this here because
we're already at 9:20, like, so I gotta get ready.
I know. Let me just.
No, I'm just letting you know that where we're at.
I know. I went over because of the technical
Steve, and I would go play against you anytime, any day.
I would.
But also at the same token is I would love to have you as my XO for one of the upcoming events. So I would love that too, just because I mean, even if I had lost, and so I didn't come into this planning on doing what we did. I mean, I really would have. I would have been fine.
I joked like I'm leading my guys to the defeat and everything like that. I did do that. I man by my word.
You didn't lead them to defeat, right? What you did was you led them to the best way possible.
And like I wanted them to have fun. That was like my goal. Like, hey, let's have fun. Even because in Airsoft, like, you have events like you never know who wins, right? It's at the end of the day, it's just you're playing.
And I did use the experience I've gotten over the years, though, with running TC. I've always been in a platoon lead or a platoon what the heck is it? The platoon squad lead. I started the squad lead. I moved up. I was actually, at one point I was a CO with Doomsday for a Sunday Evo because the CO had to leave. So I was running around with like a chicken with my head cut off with the guys on the field. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
So this is, no, the roofer Triple J, I believe, is my buddy Jacob, who's actually going to come to his first Airsoft event down at Barnwell.
Sweet.
So the cool thing about skirmish is you guys can go back through and replay out everything that you're doing, the whole thing, and you can see firsthand what was going on. You can actually see how the points are jumping up.
Look what you did to me, and then look what we did. I like that, the fast play. I really like that. Look at that.
So this was the first game, right? This was the first.
Was it the first Evo with only 19 bands, or is that Sunday? Because that's not Sunday. We each only had 19 bands. See there?
It is Sunday.
Yeah, see, and then boom.
That was Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry, I went to do this. So
I did pay attention. Look at that. I actually paid attention.
So you started off strong, and then you could just see, look at them just, what the hell? Doesn't make any sense.
Still only had 50 bands, huh? Oh, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. What is the red? What's the blue?
The red is
the objective control player action. So
you took an early lead on the very first right off the bat.
I did.
Too.
Yep.
And then there it went.
And then now you can see it. Now you can see where that's.
And then the admins.
Right there. You can just see admins did take a lot of points because we had a couple of points that you guys did not realize where they were. Mm-hmm. When you finally figure look, I gave you both with your intel packets, everything that you could possibly
have.
Had
intel. We had intel packets.
Yeah, you guys had intel.
What, stuff we were told. The stuff we were told.
I told you in there, and I pointed out the exact tree that it was on. And
Yeah.
your guys didn't do
I
it.
was over the radio telling him, and I know we had some comm issues too, but nothing major.
Yeah, dude,
but
at
comm
a
issues
certain
enough
point,
where
like, depending on what building you're in, comms did not work. But they worked in the tunnels. I don't understand that one.
that was weird. Yep, that was definitely wild. But if I stepped outside, I also had.
They were actually up over 600 points at one point.
That's what it looks like. Yep.
Yeah.
1,000. Yeah, how's the world that change? I didn't even notice that part. We were over 6. Maybe I did. Maybe I was resigning to the fact that, okay, guys, we need to get our heads out of our asses. Let's go. And then it all of a sudden, boom, something clicked, or we started finding them.
What clicked was,
and then we started holding them.
The players went off. The players went off the field.
That's when it. Yeah, right there.
The attrition.
Attrition. That's where I counted on the attrition also with what was going on, but also at the same time as we were making our sweeps through, leaving a couple squads behind to protect that area, so we could get the points. So the points we'd hold it longer, and that kind of worked. But that was just strategy on my part. What I've learned, like I said, with TCA and stuff like that. I knew at the beginning that there was a good possibility. Also, you were closer. Somehow you kept. Well, you replaced your guys. Somehow you kept being in buildings before we got there. Couldn't figure that one out.
Yeah, that was easy. We just cheated a shit ton.
I'm not saying no. You got to give credit to your players for that.
Yeah, no.
The players. And then when we took them out, there was nobody there to backfill.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I had backfill on there on purpose. So I would send another team up right behind them after they went and took it. As soon as I heard they had control, I'd say go up there and cover it.
It came down to I will say Havoc. Like Havoc was there. That was like my main force.
Havoc was my main.
But I didn't have any other teams. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't really have anybody else. Like they would just do their own
really
thing.
didn't have teams.
You had SRT.
Havoc.
SRT.
Sorry, Havoc. You had Havoc. I had SRT.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have anybody else behind them other than the groups that were there that were listening to me.
Yeah,
you had both
Havoc.
Guys,
really, I didn't get anybody listening to me. They just did what they wanted to do.
Look, and that's
that is Airsoft.
Yeah. But with that being said, we went long. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starving.
Okay, we're getting out.
If you want, we could take the next. We could end it in 6 minutes. That'll end it right at 9:30. 9:30, and But I will say, from the admin side, watching, you guys had a lot of squads on each side.
Yes, that's
the important factor is what I'll do for sure is I'll set you guys both up as the COs for Scorched Earth 4, which will
next
be
year.
The final war next year, and then during this year, if you guys want to start building up your command teams, like especially you, Weiner, build up your command
now
team.
that I know a lot more people and stuff like that, and I'll start putting the message out. And I got so many new friend requests right after the event. Everything.
I got none.
My friends were
bad now.
Oh, I got like 2 or 3 because they were mad at me.
I had a couple.
Joker,
I had a couple.
Joker was being mean.
You were
One guy said, he goes, "Why are you being mean to me?" And I was like, "Stop yelling.
Why are you being
Stop
mean
chirping."
to me? Joker.
There is going to be a rule set that is definitely going to be added in and made crystal clear. If you are a photographer, you must wear high vis
vest or something. Yep.
High vis, and you must have lights on. We're not going to.
And they can't wear. They can't wear tan or green pants or whatever.
Look, I'm not putting that restriction on them because that
would throw me off.
Hold on. If it's anything like me, I only have tan or green.
Yeah, but if you wear a Hawaiian shirt, it's a little different.
Yeah, but if they're wearing high vis, it's also a little different.
That's true too. I had the one guy who was cool as shit, but he walks up after we already had the incident with one of your other guys who walked up was taking pictures there, and my guys didn't shoot him.
That was fucking hilarious.
He came up.
That was hilarious.
He walked right in.
No, he did. No, he stole. So he got his intel packet because he was doing it. He was just snapping pic. He just had his camera up, and it's like we're all standing there, like all the admins were just like, "He's alive." They don't know it. And he walks over past us. He goes, "Can I lift up my gun?" I was like, "I'm not telling you no." It's like
right after that was done, I said, any TAN player that walks over here and does not have a dead rag out or is not escorted in by or have a dead rag out, shoot him. I don't care. Shoot him.
He took a lot of actual intel, not like, and he didn't steal any of your props. But he got actual physical intel of where y'all are going, and he walked right back to spawn and reported that shit in. I was just like,
more power to him. Good job, guy.
Yeah,
good job, guy. But it did not ever happen again.
So the other thing I also saw, which I found was interesting, is that you all just let your prisoners be right there by your command centers, getting all the information. I'm like,
I
man,
actually shut the door to my command post inside that room. I would shut if they brought somebody up, I said, fucking close that door. And then
that was I guess it wasn't so much that. It was like you'd go over the radio for something and they would hear that. That was probably my big issue. That was the big one for me.
But what's funny is nobody ever
they didn't game the game. They didn't game
no, they did good.
Well, that's
okay.
Actually, that's not true, because that is gaming the game, right? If you're taken prisoner and you're brought right into the command center to be
that's why I wouldn't let him in. I wouldn't let him in.
The only prisoner that should ever be taken in is Nikolai to the COs. That's it. That's the only one that should be taken in and held in anywhere near your command center, right?
Okay, I was taking pictures of my prisoners. I'm sorry, I was having fun.
My guys did. I had guys who did that too. Took pictures of the prisoners.
But if they're anywhere where they can gain intel, then it's not good.
I didn't think. I completely forgot about executing them, putting up against a wall and just shooting them.
I thought that. I was like, hey, get some water.
I would have done, especially when Grandpa got brought in. When they brought when they brought him in, I should have done that, but he gave me a meat stick, so I was all right.
Yeah, tackle meat stick.
Yeah, and then you fucking lied and said I didn't give him a meat stick when I gave
after the fact, after he'd already been captured. He asked if you ever brought it to me, and I said no, you did not, because you had not brought it to me yet.
But for the most part, I treat my prisoners like I want to be treated, like just like, hey, like sit down, take a breather, check your gear. I had a lot of your green guys checking their gear and the comms and stuff.
Oh yeah, and every last one of the prisoners who came in was cool as shit, gracious, had a blast, loved it, played along with it, and was, no problem at all. I got taken.
No, that's cool, Jay. Nice. That's pretty cool, Jay.
He needed all the help he could get at that point.
So, I'll end with this. I'm glad that Syndicate was that Scorch was a great success, and that as we go towards Syndicate. Yes, people have been asking, can I make props? Absolutely. Just be careful when you get
make sure, over and you need to get more stickers.
I do need more stickers. I definitely.
I did not. I completely forgot. Did not realize that your intel, the real good intel, actually had stickers. But my guys brought some of the craziest shit back too. That was
not all the props.
Yeah,
had
I know
stickers
they did. Yes, I know. My favorite
weird stuff.
My favorite was the realistic looking pipe thingy. I don't want to say pipe.
That was one of mine.
It didn't have no.
I lost that a while ago.
It didn't have a sticker on it, but it looked so. I go, I like this because I'm what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm sadistic like that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, everybody, we're looking forward to Syndicate 6. Mm-hmm. That's going to be May 15th. Come join us. Weiner is going to be, are you going to be the Tan CO? Is that what you want to do?
I would like to be the Tan CO because I want to bring Emma back on as my XO.
Emma is not making the
well, then I guess is there another female who would like to be my XO? That's always fun.
God damn, dude, calm down.
Until you did that, I was like,
there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't mind having another, because it throws them off. It throws people off when I have a female XO. And it was so cool when she was.
Hey, look,
it's not in the way that I'm looking for a girlfriend or anything like that. I'm,
I would hope not. Age appropriate, sir. Anyways, one of the things I will say is that because we're about to start going over the time I wanted to. You now have time. You have 2 months to start building your staff. So are you going Tan? Are you going to be DEA?
Who, me? I would like to be DEA again. I have the stickers and everything for that.
Okay, great. So. All right, cool. You're DEA CO for Syndicate 6.
Now you just got to find a green. What Justin can't make it? How about, who you need to ask? Is Brad Beaver. See if he'll be the CO. For green.
Bradley. I think it would be funny again if he was.
Well, we had Whiskey last time. I don't know if Whiskey can make it up for it.
There'll be some phone calls being made over this next week to try to see who we can get out there. But with that being said, we are way over time.
Guys, love every one of you.
Until
Steve, thank you.
I'm Joker from Players Wanted. With me, it's not a part until he comes out. Weiner from New Breed Airsoft, and the man with all the gear, Steve from FTX Tactical. Until next time, may your BBs fly true and your opponents always call your hits.
Squirrel!